That was great. But what I don't say to the poet is, you weren't the only writer there. Except for this one, which I'm going to recite to you, and for all intensive purposes, it was written by Rupert Murdoch. And this one is called Trash. Just keep taking the tabloids. Agent O double deal claims a baby for O&J. The rock girl's resort scandal, the embarrassing Father's Day. The lift-out starts on page 17 as the off-colour hunk blasades. 40 fashion photographers found in daring dawn. And the film star finally reconciles and returns to his 15th wife, but he still confuses the on-screen role with identical on-screen life. In a confidential overdose, the blonde-haired heroine tells how her and T.S. Eliot lived in one-night cheap hotels. And the talkback radio compere asks in a moment of sham concern why the renegade youth refused to listen and take a left-hand turn. Dirty little Jack with a nice little rag wrapped up in a libel debt. He's a pedigree cross of prejudice and a mongrel half-felt threat. A politician lies, surprise, surprise, MP's lover was a nun. Fact by fact that he hotly denies, but the fact that he's zips undone. A life gets better as life gets worse, and a paradox hard to explain. But the moment of truth that is suddenly found, it's a number in a bingo game. Schizoid spaceman lost in strife in a film that's par for the course. The recurring themes of American life, car chase, cancer, divorce. Where possible romance dreams the impossible dream where love takes a leap. From the midnight window, the dream is shattered on a permanent one-way sleep. So the ambulance drives at breakneck speed through a high-risk accident zone. 30 pedestrians, neck to knee, but the rest of the crowd looked on as the has-been comedy king of known and a criminal hide-and-seek takes a photographic of death, his tongue in someone's cheek. All stings, spiders laughable, each scandal great and small. Page 3 pin-up, priest insane, pinned up on the wall. Shock, horror, massacre, burnt-out train, death mirror, lucky break, crash. When it comes to information, make mine trash.
Yay! Yay!
Nightclub Poetry Magpad, Street Poetry Lab, 1989.
Since we've run out of things to say, let's talk about the weather. A new industrial romance is a walk in the acid rain. We're sitting in a bombed-out caravan trailer, waiting for the weather to change. From fine arts city to a countdown shiver, when summer was a sweet 16, and the river is a sliver of yellow, and the winter is a nasal green. As a psychochemical sunset sinks to the bottom of the screen, where the cowboys rustle and the methane sweat in a world they can never keep clean. The hotshot stars in a film of dust call it home on the firing range. We're sitting in a bombed-out nightclub shelter, waiting for the weather to change. In a pseudo-evergreen nightmare, we glide through the city of dreams, where a Big Mac hardware, hard luck, don't care is sold in a vending machine, and the six-pack Buddy Boys hardcore soft toys with a taste for indelible stains, while she's bombed out on the end of the bed, waiting for the weather to change. A heavy industrial romance is a walk in the acid rain. The aerosol guns and the lipstick runs with the courage of an unblocked drain. A face lifts up as a missile explodes. A president tries to explain. To a holiday home in a bombed-out zone, they're waiting for the weather to change.
Got you. It's sort of, that's my kind of yoga, my breathing exercise for the next couple. So, yes, I'm a frustrated pop star, and here is the bitch song which I've written, and it's called I Saw Mick Jagger in a Suit and Tie. In a 20-horse one-car town, far from anywhere, but closer to the Hume, the following activities were made available in no particular order: work, die, consume. But I was a high-rolling funk-rat pop star, 16, unstoned with a clear eye, that never believed it would look upon Mick Jagger in a suit and tie. Well, the unlaced lipstick man sold himself on party plan, as someone should have told her that youth is a conditional arrangement, and that condition is that youth gets older. Every Tuesday was a Ruby Tuesday that ran tie. So what a fucking joke when 20 years later, you open up the Herald and there's Mick Jagger in his suit and tie. Well, the fence came down, the crowd poured in, every mum and dad fearing for their Mary Lou, and the harder the God-fearing citizens trying to put the damn thing out, the bigger the damn thing grew. But in this struggle, it was the middle class who sounded the victory cry by somehow getting young Mick out of his skin-tight jeans and into his suit and tie. Well, the one-car town egalitarianism was a tooth for a tooth and a punch in the eye. But that was nothing compared to the treachery of Mick Jagger turning up in his suit and tie. So in 1968 at Altamont, when the Hells Angels weren't quite happy, did you personally believe, Mick, that those acts committed were enough to make Bill Man cry? Well, Words are twisted out of shape, but photographs don't lie. I can get no satisfaction no matter how I try. It was with sickening recognition that I saw. Was it all because of you, Jerry Hall? Or had that been going on some time before I saw Mick Jagger in a suit and tie? Yeah.
Oh!
I wander lonely as a jet, static in some south suburban paradise, a postman's punishment. Above the streets of taut elastic ribbons snipped from stolen ground, where nothing walks, these cars, they vote their human pride away. Each year the theft is widened out beyond repair. The blame? Sure glad that I'm not there, at no name. I wander lonely as a jet, static in some south suburban paradise of magic miles. The body's disappeared, and houses scream for breath beneath the muzzled blanket, no-name curse, and nothing moves unless silence is the sound you crave. Be brave. On daytime telly, secrets seldom fail to shock. They turn it on, they turn it off. The conversation problem on the quarter-acre block. I wander lonely as a jet, static in south suburban disbelief, the talk of scores and changing shape of cars, the random set of B-grade TV stars. Give me Monday night on Mars any day. And hunger strikes, swift and swollen as the matter served in batter, wrapped in bowels, teeth together for convenience, you wouldn't feed a cat. The no-name building blocks of life, sugar, salt, and fat. Still, I wander lonely as a jet, crunching through the Perspex windscreen miles, the road map lawns and fretwork Marseille tiles. A speck of dust becomes your only friend at no-name's three-way fix. Hang empty, lost, forgotten on a no-name crucifix. I wander lonely at my TV set, channeling the new age suburban paradise, an actor's punishment, where neighbours talk about the latest scandal, rating, football, pizza, blockout, mortgage, crisis, bargain, murder. Yes, there should be a game, and every prize you win will have a name. To anywhere you go, the name is no.
Oh, having got that little problem off my... Did I write it myself? I wrote it about myself and about everyone I know. And if I can sort of like go on the parallel track to Lauren, I called it, it's about our times, angst is the colour of my true love's hair. Her eyes turn green as the day shuts down on a 7-foot shadow and it follows her around. She's the painterly magician, she's legal and she's brief. Behind the canny innocence, the quintessential thief. Her moods that change with fashion and a psychopathic stare tells me angst is the colour of my true love's hair. In the soul of Gothic, a window slams on the sleepless cruiser of late-night trams, who dreams in a saddened silhouette to the Bauhaus cafes tete-a-tete, where a Teuton prima donna sneers through Ray-Ban deadly nightshade tears. The mind reached down to squeeze the heart at 32 years, too late to start. So light the candle, fan the flame. She starts this irritation game. I hate this and I hate that in a free-based surrogate of idle chat. A room with a view, she lays it waste to prove that she's got better taste. But I can only stand and stare at the shades of angst in my true love's hair. She's the entertainment critic who damned the flow of the 20th century mainstream show. She's the portrait of the artist reclining on the dole, the spy who double-crossed me to stay out in the cold. She's hot on social issues as she knows just what to wear, while revolutions rise and furl around the colour of her hair. She's the heroine of Nightclub, a pessimist in black, a gift-wrapped cellophane bondage pack. The phantomette of springtime's bloom drains the colour from every room. Inbuilt obsolescence is the fashion of the day, but it's on perpetual twilight in this Berlin cabaret. She's die-cast fiction with nothing to spare because angst is the colour of my true love's hair. In a zeitgeist somewhere in someone's home where the heart beats fickle to the metronome, flesh meets decor and angles neat in a postmodern nightmare three-piece suite, where psychiatrists and notes compare the colour of my true love's hair. So arm in arm we walk in vain through the new romantic acid rain. We drive around on holograms of holocaustic scenes saying, oh dear, isn't art amazing? I wonder what it means. It's a sycophantic monster in the jam jar of a dreams, craving infinite attention, and it's itching and it's itching and it's itching and it screams. Like a softly glowing sentinel, you never notice, but it's there. Angst, the many-coloured paradox, the colour of her hair. Yeah, thank you. Now, if any of you did understand it, please see me in the foyer afterwards and tell me, you know. Sometimes I say to people, yes. Anyway, The last poem I want to finish with is one I actually did last Wednesday, so I'm double dipping here on my wages, you know. And, but it's a haiku, and a haiku is written in 17 syllables. It's a very tricky one to put together, to angle grind and nail it in. And but John Cooper, and it comes from Japan, they're like Toyotas and stuff like that. John Cooper Clarke has a way of explaining the haiku, he says. The haiku is 17 syllables, it's very difficult. Thanks, Carl, you blew that one. And anyway, but we're lucky here in Australia because the Australian syllable has devalued against the Japanese syllable. So we can make haikus as long as we like. And this haiku is like a movable haiku. I mean, I changed the words, I changed the endings, I take it with me. I even did it at Siobhan's birthday party. I'm sorry, Siobhan, you're hearing the original one now. And it's called Identikit. I've got a strange obsession, I've got a strong desire, got slow combustion, fire. Got an animal passion, haven't got much control, lack articulation, rock and roll. Got a wonderful girlfriend, she's got a heart of gold. I wouldn't live for the money it's sold. I spend my time on lay-by, the system cannot fail. 9 to 5 for a lifetime, jail. I've got the left-wing antidote for the right-wing fascist regime. Got the new society, dream. I've got immortality that I bought for the price of a song. I will live forever, wrong. But I've got the strangest story, a story I cannot tell. It'll blow the roof off heaven and rip the gates off hell. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And as we grow older, we grow more cynical, of course. And one by one, the attrition rate of my groupiedom to these guitar heroes and great songwriters fell off. And it's sad stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, do you like the colour?
I love it.
It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. I live in, you won't believe it, but I actually live about 100 yards from this man.
It's true. It's true.
Talk about the fashion tribalism, eh? There's nothing in our street that makes us look the same. Yeah. You know, he's even got a weird car, you know. But anyway, so, yes, I'm a frustrated pop star, and here is the bitch song which I've written, and it's called I Saw Mick Jagger in a Suit and Tie. In a 20-1 car town, far from anywhere, but closer to the Hume, the following activities were made available in no particular order: work, die, consume. But I was a hero.